here inside Good Morning Minister as the Minister of Information, Robert Nesta Morgan, and a guest minister or agency head discuss the issues and take your questions and suggestions. Get ready to call in during Good Morning Minister, 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, right here on Love 101, the family station.
Good Morning Minister is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister. Wonderful morning to you and welcome to the program Good Morning Minister, hosted by Honorable Robert Nesta Morgan. Guest this morning is His Worship the Mayor, Councillor Delroy Williams, Mayor of Kingston. Over to you. Good morning, Minister.
Hi, good morning, Nadine. Thank you for having us once again on Love 101 FM for Good Morning Minister. I want to welcome all our friends on social media, our friends on TikTok, our friends on Instagram, our friends on GIS, and our friends out there in Radio Land. This morning, we have a very, 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 very special guest. My good friend and brother, the Honorable, His Worship, Mayor Williams. Good morning, Mayor. Thank you for coming on Good Morning, Minister.
Good morning, and it's my pleasure. And thanks for the invitation.
Before we go into the meat of the matter, or the crab of the matter, we will, it's a joke, we will play some lovely Christian music for you this morning. Nadine, what do you have for us?
We have Ryan Davis with Mighty God. I know you don't know it, but I know you love it.
Take it away, Nadine.
We give you the glory, God. Lord have mercy. This happy the God when we know Jesus Christ. Back at it. Oh, yeah. There's no one in this world who can do what you do, mighty God. You're stronger than them. Oh, mighty God, you're stronger than them. Oh, there's no one in this world who reach the heights as you do, almighty God. You're higher than them. Oh, mighty God, you're higher than them. Oh, yeah. One thing me know from me, man. I say God never fail me. Yeah, and that's why prime me like God. From me a little bit of baby. Yeah, I saw me go up on the mountain top and shout so the world can hear me. Yeah, I'm open to start when me talk. Come on, I say clearly there's no one in this world who can do what you do, mighty God. You're stronger than them. Oh, mighty God, you're stronger than them. Oh, there's no one in this world who reach the heights as you do, almighty God. You're higher than them. Oh, mighty God, you're higher than them. Oh, yes. I am the highest. Great and the greatness. We would have known damage if we just didn't show up your greatness. Some man say that them strong, when you carry gun them stand by your shade. Jesus, you are my number one. That place no man can take it.
All right, so good morning again and welcome to Good Morning Minister. I'm here at the studios of Love 101 FM, the family station. I'm also here with his worship, the mayor, who is also Councillor Delroy Williams from the Sieve Wright Gardens Division. Many people don't know the history, you know. What were you doing before you became a politician, Mayor?
to UWI,
Right.
and that's a large part of my life.
Right.
And I did undergraduate studies
Right.
at UWI, then I did postgraduate UWI St. Augustine.
Postgraduate for what?
I did international relations.
So you have a master's in international relations.
A graduate diploma
Yes.
in international relations.
Right.
And I did some program at the UN in Geneva.
Right.
And some programs around here and
So you
around.
go enough school.
Yeah, enough school.
Right.
Which is important because school helps you to be disciplined.
But you were a teacher once, I hear.
Yes, what
were you teaching?
When I left university, my first stint was in teaching, and I did that at Edith Dalton James.
You taught. What did you teach at Edith Dalton?
I did a few subjects, mathematics. I did a few
computer
subjects.
science. I hear you did computer science.
I did that primarily for JTA.
Right.
At the time, computer science was just taking off, and the JTA wanted to train their teachers.
Right, and you got
and they had asked me to assist, and I did, and hopefully I did a good job. Hopefully.
So you represent Seaveright Gardens. Where is that?
That is easily explained. If you're coming along Spanish Town Road, it's right there as you're approaching Toyota Jamaica, and it would take you almost to the Portia Simpson Miller Square, which we know as
Olympic Way
on the left-hand side. And that would take from Spanish Town Road, it's on the left-hand side from Toyota Jamaica, approaching, just about reaching the Portia Simpson Miller Square, and then it's along Olympic Way on both sides.
So who's the MP for that area?
It's the Most Honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Holness.
Okay. People don't know, but that's actually where I met Mayor Williams. 2005?
Yeah.
Those were some very interesting days. So Mayor, which high school did you go to?
I went to Calabar. I graduated from Calabar. I played Manning Cup for Calabar, and I graduated.
You played Manning Cup?
Yes, I played Manning Cup. We went to the Walker Cup finals. We played semi-finals against Kingston College. We beat them. One Love.
You sure you want to say that?
One Love. We defeated them. No,
all of the girls in this room go to KC.
No, I always enjoy. I believe Kingston College is a very competitive school. I always enjoy playing against Kingston College.
So you scoring a goal, or you what
the match ended 1-0. We won, and so it was not much to score.
So you played football. You were a teacher. You're now the councillor for Seaveright Gardens Division. Where are you from, though?
I'm from Olympic Gardens.
So you come from the community?
Yeah, I'm from Olympic Gardens. My parents are from Bogwalk,
really,
Shenton in St. Catherine, and that's my father. And then my mother is from Clarendon, Savannah Cross.
So let us move from that. We always fast in people business to find out a little bit about their background. I won't ask you how old you are because I've been told not to ask any more of my guests their age. You are the mayor of the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. Last time this man was here, he told me that we no longer have parish council. So it's municipal corporation. Right.
Yeah.
What is your day like as mayor?
Well, for me, I find I get a lot more done from home, getting up like 4 a.m. and preparing, organizing what is to be done for the day. And then by reach about 6 a.m., you begin to call people, and have meetings. Yeah, I mean, people in certain position they expect to be called at 6 a.m. Once
so
certain offices,
with Mayor Williams, you're gonna get those.
And usually they are up. I mean, they are up and ready. I find I get a lot done between 4 a.m. And
So you're an early
9
riser.
a.m. Yes,
But I see you on the road at 11, 12 o'clock at night. So how does that work?
That's a part of the other function. Apart from being mayor, I'm also I'm the deputy chairman of the Era Council,
Right,
which is a political organization charged with certain responsibilities.
right.
And which is a lot of that would have to do with campaign. But then as a councillor for the Civil Rights Gardens and as a deputy chairman for the Era Council, there are things like setups and what we call 9-day and other functions that will involve people who we represent and people in the organization that you find yourself have to attend a lot of these as part of your job function outside of just being mayor. A lot of it for being mayor, but I find far more for just being the deputy chair of the Era Council.
So you're now up. You're about to jump in your vehicle and you reach downtown. What is it like?
It's a myriad of issues depending on the day.
Right.
So usually I like to go through the projects we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And to see where we are and what are the issues and what are the challenges.
What is the biggest issue that you have had to confront as mayor?
Wow, there are the issues of building
Permits.
and the building permits and a lot of the court cases involving the building permits.
So why is the KCC allowing people to build these tall buildings all over the place?
I view cities, and it's a very delicate and sensitive issue.
Right.
So we always have to understand the sensitivities involved. There are people who have lived in neighborhoods and communities that have developed character over many, many years, and for them to find that the character of communities changing, that's a sensitive issue. But when I look at cities really, I believe, focus and locate infrastructure in a defined territory for benefits, for economic, social benefits.
Mm-hmm.
So there is advantage to centralizing facilities, infrastructure, and people in a defined space that we call a city.
Has Kingston changed since you have been mayor?
Yes, and it's changing
for the better.
I believe for the better. I believe there are issues that we still have to confront. There are issues that evolve out of change also. So while change is taking place and for the better, there are still issues that will arise out of the changes taking place, out of transformation.
Nadine?
All right. You're tuned to Love 101, and you're listening to the program Good Morning Minister.
Every Wednesday at 11 a.m. on Love 101, you're invited to listen to Good Morning Minister, a weekly feature where government ministers will speak about the development in their various ministries. Listen for the updates and have your questions and concerns ready to share inside Good Morning Minister as the Minister of Information, Robert Nesta Morgan, and a guest minister or agency head discuss the issues and take your questions and suggestions. Get ready to call in during Good Morning Minister, 11 a.m. on Wednesdays, right here on Love 101, the family station.
Good Morning Minister is brought to you by the Office of the Prime Minister.
JP said famous banana chips. 20% more chips in the banana left on ground. The time by JP said Mayor's banana chips is
11:15.
Thank you very much, Nadine, for that wonderful intermission. But we're here with Mayor Williams. We're on Love 101 FM, the family station, and we're just talking about Kingston and how Kingston has changed. We know we have some questions online. We're going to get to them shortly. But Mayor, tell us something. In your mind, as somebody who comes from Kingston and St. Andrew, you were born and raised in Kingston and St. Andrew. How different is it now than what it was when you were growing up as a young man?
Well, it depends on how you approach it. If you're dealing with issues like security issues, then you would have seen changes, I believe, in terms of the issue of crime and violence. That would have been an issue that would be totally different now.
Because, when I started working in Olympic Gardens, it was terrible.
And then, so there are various ways to look at it. For example, if you take Olympic Gardens, I would say Olympic Gardens has become a far safer place now than it was years ago. I've seen and watched the transformation. I believe a lot of it came from the leadership of the most honorable Prime Minister as MP.
Right.
And so you have seen even the issue of gangs and gang warfare within the Olympic Gardens, the infrastructure. You have seen major improvement in the infrastructure there. So if you just take that community, I personally would say that we would have come a far way in with respect to infrastructure, with respect to social living and addressing social issues there. Many challenges still exist, but it's a work in progress. But I think we would have a general improvement there. With respect to Kingston, I see the transformation of Kingston. When we took office, we said we were going to reposition Kingston as a destination city. We wanted Kingston to become a tourism city, and we started to take steps as a municipality within the resource constraint of the municipality. We can say we have made significant progress. Of course, the central government is also visioning Kingston in that direction. So we would have seen the arrival of cruise ship in the Kingston Harbor. That's a major accomplishment, I would say, on the part of government. We would have seen changes taking place in the transformation of downtown. We are talking about the creative art district, culture key, and so you are seeing the changes. You have seen Rock Hotel. Culture key is the name we are giving to a section of downtown that we're using to showcase the evolution of culture in the city.
You plan to make downtown walkable still?
Yes, and some sections of downtown. If we're going to reposition downtown as a tourism city, then obviously there are, in our estimation, there must be streets that are pedestrianized with certain conditions, of course.
Connie says that Mr. Williams will need some attention at the Papine market.
Some markets across the municipality is an issue that we have to address. We have started to addressing some of the issues, but as again, it's a function of budget. So, for example, we have renovated the Jubilee Market.
Where is that?
That's in West Parade.
Right.
And if you go there now, the Jubilee Market is splendid.
That's the one that Digicel did help to renovate.
No, that's not. That's for the Coronation Market. The Jubilee Market was destroyed by fire.
Right.
And in about 10 years ago.
Right.
And so when we took office, we started to put in the funding to allow us to renovate.
So which other markets have you renovated?
We have done Red Rose Fish Market.
Where is that?
And we have Red Rose Fish Market is.
You have to remember, not everybody knows town.
The Red Rose Fish Market is along Spanish Town Road, right, when you approach the Coronation Market.
Right.
Along Spanish Town Road, and you continue along Spanish Town Road, it's to the left. It's in the vicinity of the Coronation Market, but it's to the left. Where you have, I don't know if persons know Oxford Street and those streets. And
you did Coronation Market as well?
No, we haven't done Coronation Market. We have a proposal for Coronation Market.
Was there a fire down there one time, and I see some companies came in and they did some stalls? And
that would have been before my time.
Okay. That was under Minister Mackenzie.
Yes, your memory is stretching really, really well.
Right.
And so we would have done that. We also did the Stony Hill Market.
Right.
And we did some renovation works at the Papine Market.
Right.
Papine, the entire roofing was destroyed by fire.
Right.
And we repaired that entire roofing within 18 months, which in my estimation was the first time I'm seeing that from I've been a councillor, a market being repaired so speedily. And then we did some renovation works to the parking areas at Papine Market, the garbage bay, and within the market itself.
So, but sometimes it seems as if nothing is happening, though, man.
It depends on I mean, where you're standing. It depends on your viewpoint. I mean, we have done a lot with respect to markets. I mean, I'm not just telling you stories.
Right.
And if you go on social media, you'll see all the photos. We have repaired Stony Hill Market. We have repaired Papine Market. We have completed the renovation of the Jubilee Market. It's there now to see. We have completed Red Rose Fish Market. and we are taking on Coronation Market and the Redemption Arcade pretty soon. So that's a lot of. I don't think anyone can boast of having that record in recent times. Honestly, of doing so many markets in the short space of time.
How do you deal with the issue of garbage though? Because it's like I saw something once. I was coming from country and I drove downtown and I saw the guys cleaning the place. And I went back down there like 2:00 the next day, and the entire place was filled with garbage.
Yeah, so that's that issue. So there are many parts to that issue of the entire issue of the garbage process. So from storage to disposal, for the entire process, the collection of it. You store it, or you collect, or you store, and or you dispose of it. So there are issues of behavior that there are many communities I've seen that would have developed the practice of just taking garbage and disposing of it in locations they believe.
So you're saying people come downtown and throw the garbage?
There are a lot of people who throw garbage on the streets downtown, a lot, and in various sections. And that is a fact. And you clean it, and within an hour you see the garbage pile up again.
So somebody's asking why you don't charge the store owners and the pedestrians for littering.
But that has been something that I have been saying. One, I've been saying to the Ministry of Local Government that we need to amend the laws to apply stiffer fines, penalties, and also we need far better use of cameras, of the entire camera system, so that we can identify where the problem is coming from. And so there's a lot to it. There's one argument that the store owners, also many of the store owners, pay people to dispose the garbage, and those persons take the garbage and they find what they have developed as mini dumps and have been dumping there. So there's the issue of enforcement. And we have been in conversation with the NSWMA about the town centers and how they can, steps that they can take to improve the garbage process within the town centers. We ourselves, though, will be starting a program that we will watch. We have discussed it with Minister Mackenzie already, where we want to develop a program to do collections within the busy period of within the downtown area as a town center, as a trial, and have a cycle of probably 2 to 3 collections during the busy period.
So the busy period is when?
So I would say once you get into 10 o'clock, you are approaching the busy period. So let's say you come and you collect garbage. So the garbage is collected, let's say it's collected 6 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. in the morning. And the NSWMA trucks come in, they collect all the garbage. Somehow by 10 a.m., the certain sections are filled with garbage.
Because that's what I saw.
Yes, so the store is open, and my assumption is that they begin to dispose of the garbage that they have from the day before, and so they begin to dispose them at about 9:30, 10. And so you see.
So if you go in the morning, you think that the place wasn't clean before.
Yeah, and if you go there at probably 5 a.m., the place is clean. And then if you go at 10, which is when most persons come into the downtown space, 10, 11, and they see the garbage, and they would make the assumption that the place wasn't clean.
So Connie is saying that the people are not using the receptacle in Papine Market.
That's something I have to look at, because
throwing the garbage on the side.
Because we do get and that is, I don't believe that we can investigate, but that is now the case of there are persons who actually take their garbage from their homes, put it in their vehicle, and they look for these appropriate locations to dispose of it. So a lot of times you see garbage around it because the market has a enclosed garbage bay, and that the market personnel have access to. So the market garbage is supposed to be disposed of in the garbage bay, which is enclosed. And we have a group, a WhatsApp group, and all the photos of the cleaning are placed in that group on Sundays and whenever the location is cleaned. And so you see the photos. But there are persons who come and they take the garbage out of their vehicle and they put it beside the garbage bay. So you will always see a pile up of garbage beside the garbage bay because the garbage bay is enclosed, and persons who are taking garbage from their homes don't have access to the bay, so they place it beside it. I believe with the intention that it's going to be clean, so they will the garbage trucks that come to clean the bay will take it up. So that's another issue that we have. Cameras should begin to help us, and we really, for public safety, security, and for efficient governance of the municipality, I believe that the use of real-time security cameras that's important.
I want to
in
talk,
managing the city.
I want to touch on more about markets, but there's a hot topic in the country that has captivated or clawed at our collective consciousness.
Yeah.
You know, I have the metaphors, right? I went to school.
Yeah.
Crab Circle is one of the most important attractions in Jamaica. People from all over the world go to Crab Circle. They come off the plane. They say, "Don't carry me down Camp Road. Carry me through downtown and Hero Circle." But we have had some challenges there. I mean, everybody saw the video. What is the KCMC doing? What are you as the mayor doing to bring back Crab Circle to its former glory?
All right. Well, but before, if I may, I would just like for us to understand that small food facilities evolve over time for many, many years, 40, 50 years, the Crab Circle, maybe 60 years in operation.
It's like family.
Yes,
It's a different
it's
generation.
passed down from generation. I mean, if you go to and speak with the vendors there,
Right.
they will tell you that their grandmothers and their mothers had functioned within the space, and it was passed down to them.
They never look like this. There used to be some style. People just throw
Exactly. It used to be just standard there was low,
Right.
far lower. And so, but I'm just saying that these food facilities evolve and they have become a part of the Jamaican culture.
Right.
Jamaicans look forward to street food. I mean,
Everybody buys jerk chicken and soup
yes, and
and-
whether it be roast yam
Right.
when you're going to Mandeville, or it's at Fakes Pen, or it's in Portmore, in different sections, and so small food facilities exist right across Jamaica, and I would say hundreds of them.
Right.
And they operate in a particular way, and they would have developed a particular character over time. The Crab Circle and the crab Circle developed over, as I've said, the last 60 years. When we took office, we decided that we didn't like the standards there. And that it was never established. We weren't collecting fees there, and we were managing it because a lot of these establishments just evolve on their own, develop their own reputations and image, and have become a major spot, and the public loves these places. And so when we took office, we realized that, look here, we have to do something to begin to lift the standards there at the Crab Circle. Well, beginning with the Crab Circle, but we had our eyes on several others, including the Harborview roundabout. And so we went in, we had conversation with several companies, and we zeroed in on Ray and Nephew, and we partnered, and we improved the space. And I would say improved the space in a major way. So we replaced the shops, we put in proper shops and stalls, and we put in running water, and we had put in wash sinks, and the tanks were there, and so forth. So the place improved, and the improvement was significant. At the time, we were not in a position to address the issue of sanitary convenience, but we knew, and that the culture had developed in the Crab Circle for the 60 years they have been there, in that they would make the vendors would have private arrangements, And there are vendors who live within the general area. They are the Fletcher's land. But there are
But
other...
there was water there, though. There was
yes,
So
water.
they could wash their hands and all of those things.
Yeah, and that's their responsibility. So we gave them the tanks. We did all the connections. We gave them the sinks and everything. And so they were responsible for, because they operate like a business. They are business people. And so they operated. They would have private arrangements, as you would expect from most small food operations and food vendors who are stretched along street sides.
But
through Jamaica.
Everybody saw what happened, and we just wanted to make it clear: not everybody was involved in what happened. It was just one.
Well, in this case, it's only one individual, and it was, in my estimation, disgusting, disappointing. And I believe that the other vendors feel the same about it. I mean, I've spoken to them and they understand.
Well, they're hurting financially now because nobody not out there now.
Well, not only they are hurting, and even they themselves said it to me in my conversation with them. It's hurting food vendors across the country.
Right.
It's hurting food vendors across the country. And but with this, we have to take the opportunity. We have to look for the way forward. We have to find the solutions. And part of the solution for me has to be training and certification. Has to be focused also on the individual and changing practices. We have engaged the Art Trust NTA in a partnership, and so they will begin the small food facility operations course beginning next week, and that course will go a far way. After that, there'll be different courses that they will continue to do. But that, I believe, is a major start, and then we are looking at additional things that we can do to the area, which we are discussing with the public health.
So so is it coming back?
Crop circle?
Yeah.
As long as we are able to satisfy as long as we're able to put in the measures that the public health would have recommended, yes. Yes, I would say.
When will it come back?
I would say in probably another month.
So they're going to go through the training, you're going to do the cleaning, you've already deep cleaned the place. But I see a man put up a TikTok video with thousands of crabs waiting to come back to crab circling, same on the market. You eat crab meal?
No, okay. I don't, but I eat corn.
You eat corn, and they say corn soup.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
All right. So are you going to expand this, because somebody is complaining on TikTok about half a tree needing garbage cans, and when you go some of the market, you can't really walk because it's pure tarpaulin and all of those things. Is there a plan by you and the municipality to kind of clean up the place and make it a little bit more ordered? We're not asking to tax the uncat them like some other people, but what can you do to assist the vendors and the residents so that consumers who go down to Coronation Market can have an easier chance? And even if you go to half a tree, where sometimes it's challenging because the stars are on the sidewalk.
There is, we have started to address that with the Jubilee Market. And so if you go to the Jubilee Market, you'll see how the Jubilee Market is designed. The tarpaulins and I don't like, and it's substandard in my estimation. But it's a work in progress, and because you can't just remove vendors because they're not able to put in proper structures. And so you allow it, and then until you are able to make the necessary changes, which we have done to the Jubilee Market, we have done to the Stony Hill Market, and we are moving to the Coronation Market. And along some of the streets, like we have been looking at the Bedford Street. We have a plan for Bedford Street, for Chapel Lane, and that will put in far higher standards of structures, and that would be in the interest of.
I did.
My kids are growing up in a rapidly changing world. They amaze me every day with their curiosity and passion for wanting to create a better future for us all. The government is investing in Jamaicans through the STEM scholarship program. Now, my kids have the opportunity to pursue studies in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to get certified as STEM professionals. And yours can too. Find out more at www.mof.gov.jm/scholarships. Sign up for a STEM scholarship today.
Cinerose Chromium Plus is an all-natural herbal product formulated specially for people with type 2 diabetes. An elevated sugar level in the blood will lead to renal failure, damage to the brain, and amputation of your toes or feet, damage to the heart, stroke, ECT. Cinerose Chromium Plus will reduce the level of sugar in the blood, taking it down to normal, and protect you. To get your Cinerose Chromium Plus, call Havco Herbs and Extracts 876-540-8871.
Jamaica. Let's come together to celebrate a proud heritage. This Heritage Week, October 10 to 16. Highlights will include National Heritage Week Church Service, Bethel Temple Apostolic Church in Maypen, Sunday, October 15 at 10 a.m. Ceremony of Investiture of National Honors and Awards, Monday, October 16 at 8 a.m. National Heroes Day Concert, Monday, October 16 at 5 p.m. Most events will be broadcast live on TVJ, CVM, IRI FM, and social media platforms. Heritage Week 2023, celebrating a proud heritage, resilient and strong.
So I want to thank you very much and welcome back to Good Morning Minister on Love 101 FM. Welcome to our fans on TikTok, also on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Jamaica Information Service, Love 101. We're here with Mayor Delroy Williams, his worship from the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation. And we're talking about just general order in the city. We're actually now talking about the sidewalks and the vendors and what can be done. Is there a plan, especially coming up to the holiday season now, to deal with some of the garbage issues and the disorder issues that you face every holiday? So
as I've said before, the garbage issue is an issue that we are very concerned with because it impacts us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an issue that we have to work in partnership with the NSWMA, because the NSWMA has
does the KCC collect garbage?
No, we don't have that responsibility. That's the responsibility that is assigned to the NSWMA. Yeah. But we don't shirk from the issue because it involves our space.
Right.
And so we have been having major conversations with the NSWMA. The municipality is itself engaging on a program, as I said before, to assist with the collection of garbage in certain areas. And in certain sections of the city, and we believe that having multiple collections during the peak hour period would assist us. There are issues with that because there are some areas where multiple collection would be difficult because of the kind of operations that is taking place in the space at the time. Mm-hmm. But there are areas that we believe that we can impact in a significant way with multiple collections during the peak hour period. So for example, let's say we collect garbage in certain areas at 10 a.m. or 11 a.m., then probably by about 1 a.m. there is another cycle, and then we would develop that kind of operation. So that is something we are working on as a municipality, but that's just to address the garbage issue at the start of it in the town center downtown. But we believe it is workable.
Somebody
said it will bear fruits.
You should bring back the Keep Jamaica Beautiful garbage bins. You remember those?
Yes, I do. We have had programs with the Ministry of Tourism with respect to bins, and in certain sections, I mean, we will engage with that. But right now we are working on a program that we want to start, and I personally believe, just looking at the program so far developed, it will have a significant impact on the urban center space.
Mm-hmm. So moving on from the garbage and the other issues, you guys have been painting up some really beautiful murals downtown along with Kingston Creative. I think you guys have a collaborative relationship.
Yeah, but I mean, we work together. As I've said, the transformation of downtown is not a KCMC only.
By the way, big up Kingston Creative. You guys are doing an amazing job.
It's not a case from Andrea or you. It's not a case. So all the stakeholders have to come on board. The private sector, the business owners, the property owners, and so they all have to invest in the space. So when we took office, one of the things we realized is that we had to inject some belief in the transformation project. We had to start to increase and do things that will enhance or increase business confidence or the confidence in the downtown transformation. We believe that is happening. We for example, if you spoke to persons like 7-10 years ago about the downtown transformation, the attitude would be totally, I would say, negative. 10 years ago, mostly negative. And you can just do a sampling among councillors or a sampling among any group downtown,
Right.
you would find that. Now, if you do the same, I think you're far more into the positives than you would 10 years ago. So I believe that the confidence in the downtown transformation is growing. We would have seen the Rock Hotel, we would have seen the Grace Kennedy headquarters, we would have seen the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and then we observe, which I don't believe a lot of us see and realize, but there is transformation taking place and renovation in a lot of the streets downtown. If you look at Water Lane and other streets, a lot of property owners are investing in the renovation of their properties and they're putting them to use, to commercial use, to business use. And that is good. That is
So who
also
did the murals?
The murals it's Kingston Creatives did some, we did some.
Who
we
made them? As in, you imported people from foreign to paint them?
There's only one that in the downtown space that we had a collaboration with the government of Mexico. And the Ministry of Culture and ourselves.
So who did the others?
The others would be done, a lot of them would be done by the municipality, that would be KCMC, using local artists, and we have a policy.
So like where the local artists come from?
They come from all over. There are people who would have displayed their skills, and what we do after the completion of a mural, of that artwork, we allow the artists to post that they are the creators.
Is downtown safe now?
And then before I say that, and then Kingston Creatives would have also engaged artists and would have done some. So it's really a collaboration and the work of a number of groups, and in this case, the municipality, KCMC, Ministry of Culture, and Kingston Creatives.
Is downtown safe?
There are still challenges downtown. Is it safer now? And is there the sense of safety? I would say people feel far safer now downtown than I would say years ago. And I speak for myself also.
So I can go buy some yaman.
Yes, the people are all over. There years ago, I don't believe you would have walked easily from Parade.
Yeah.
To Coronation Market along Bedford Street. I don't believe years ago, like maybe 15 years ago, you wouldn't do that so easily as Robert Morgan. No, it's a stroll in the park for you. You'll just do it without even thinking about
what is your vision for the city though?
The vision is to transform downtown into a tourism city. That means replacement and renovation of a lot of the infrastructure, like sewage. So infrastructure, let's deal with the basic infrastructure: water infrastructure, sewage infrastructure. If you're going to reach the stage of a tourism city, a destination city, then you have to address the sewage infrastructure and all the other infrastructure, the water infrastructure and road infrastructure. We have started addressing some of the road infrastructure by creating softer streetscape.
You mean like the
bricks? And now we are now on the Church Street transformation project, which we have started. That would be now trees and bricks and wall gardens. And that is now taking place. We have planted 12 trees already along Church Street, between Church Street and Barry Street and Tower Street, and we have put in the planter boxes there, but we haven't completed the decoration of those. We are going to change the street surface into bricks between along Church Street. And so we are creating a softer streetscape to enhance the aesthetics of the city, of the downtown of the city, but also to create to impact behavior also, because in some sense design impacts behavior in my estimation. So that's one. So in a large way, that is, I believe that's a major transformation taking place. The transformation of downtown is also fit in. So everything we're doing is to fit into the larger transformation project. So if you cast your mind on the Parliament Square, which is at Era Circle, then so the idea is to create this massive transformation, which is from the Era Circle, which is going to come all the way along to past the Parliament and head into the parades area and then all the way to the waterfront.
What are you doing?
That's what you want for a transformation.
I think
downtown.
Nadine says we have a voice note. Nadine, you wish to play that question for us?
Good night. Remember the program now, Minister. There are two questions I like to ask. What happened to Marvelly Park? And also, good morning, sorry. And also, what are you doing for persons with disability? Sidewalks and those type of things.
Thank you very much.
All right, so Marvelly Park, I didn't know before Marvelly Park was, I would say, a dust bowl, very untidy, not in keeping with the city that we're envisioning. So we decided that we would put resources into Marvelly Park and we will transform Marvelly Park.
But you have started.
We have started, and we don't have the funding to start and finish in one go. So we have decided that we will phase.
Is that the park with the bricks and the shops that are seen?
No, that's Duane Park. That's Duane Park. So you see that we are working.
Yes.
So that's Duane Park, and now we're doing Marvelly Park, but we are still completing Duane Park.
Right.
Marvelly Park, the concept behind Marvelly Park is really an environmentally friendly park. So we're using things in the park, like for the children play area, we are going to utilize recycled tires. For the play area, for the surface of the play area. Very lovely recycled tire. We got that idea from our visit to Santo Domingo.
Right.
And we have developed a very close relationship with Santo Domingo and so forth. We are also planting trees. The intention is to plant, aiming for it. Some people believe it will not happen, but I'm aiming for close to 100 trees.
In that park?
In the park. We would have planted, I would say, nearly 30 trees already, so in the Marvelly Park. The first phase of that park is the fencing of the park. So we had to secure the area first. And so the first phase is the fencing. We are, I would say, 90% we have completed with the fencing. There were some issues that we had to relook, and some design issues that we had to take a look at again. And we said, look, it's best to correct it here than to go ahead, which we could have. But I was foreseeing difficulties with respect to vehicle entering the park from the roadway, and we wanted not to have a traffic issue of vehicle entering the park. So, and not from the main road. We're talking from the road adjacent leading into the Marvelly area. So we are comfortable that we are closing off the first phase of the park. We would have started some things that would be included in the second phase. With respect to the planting of trees, we decided that it would be best to start to plant the trees while you're doing the first phase, so that we would allow the trees to blossom and to take root properly before you begin the second phase. So we are moving into the second phase.
So do you plan to build parks in other communities or renovate parks in other communities?
The Marvelly Park is a special park. We intend for it to be a municipal park,
Right.
a city park, not just a park for Marvelly community.
Right.
For a city park, and environmentally friendly, as I said, with trees and the use of rainwater harvesting methods within the park. And the other parks, we have done other parks all around the city, and we intend to continue the upgrade of the St. William Grant Park. And
Mayor, I
Yes.
just said that I have to stop you.
Yes.
What can we do about the leaking men?
Part of the issue let me just
So, you know,
digress a little.
people like,
Yes, and it's a very important point because it's really destroying.
why the woman them don't do it, Mayor? Why is the man them
A
afraid?
little more difficult for the women.
But he just says to you that you can find somewhere to, you know.
the challenge I have and with what is happening around there, at least one section of St. William Grant
Yeah,
Park,
just this side,
because
close
if
to
you're on the
restaurant,
east side,
they don't do it on
you don't have it on the
Queen
east
Victoria side.
Brilliant. You don't have it on that side. So it's
So why
primarily
one
on
side
the,
and
I think because it's a far greater congregation of taxi operators and the bus operators, and a large number of vendors in that area. We are going to take some steps to deal with it. But one is that we have recommended to the Ministry of Government amendment to the law that would apply stiffer penalties to that kind of action in the space. So that is an issue that, and look, within the park you have about 5 sanitary convenience.
so there are bathrooms in the park.
About 5.
Do people use them?
People use them. Yeah, people use them. But are there people who don't use them, who prefer to use the walls?
You know, in some countries,
Yes.
Mayor, they would sort out the thing. But anyway, we won't go into that.
And what we are saying is that there are change. We are recommending changes to the law that to make it to apply stronger penalties, so that when we enforce, the law itself has to serve as a deterrent, in my estimation, and it has also to make enforcement meaningful.
So what about, you started a project to renovate the Ward Theatre. How is that going?
It's going well. It's going well. We have done a lot in the Ward Theatre. We have put in all this, well, I would say 70% of seating. And we have replaced all the seating in the lower floor, the ground floor, and started the second floor. We would have done the roofing. We would have made changes to all the rooms, and the term is slipping me.
Dressing rooms.
Yeah, dressing rooms.
Right.
And we would have renovated all of those. We would have done major renovation to the entrance.
Who is paying for this though?
The municipality, and we were once assisted by the Ministry of Tourism.
Right.
The Ministry of Culture has committed funds for the AC unit and so forth. So right now we have completed that. COVID pandemic came and then, so we have to complete it. We are looking at sourcing additional funding, and we are in conversation with some multinational corporation, and we'll see where those go. But we are going to embark.
When you expect to finish?
I would say difficult to say because of the funding that is required.
Is a lot of money?
A lot.
How old is Ward Theatre?
Ward Theatre is, I would say, over 300 years. Not the structure, the space.
Okay. We have 2 more voice notes online. Nadine, you can play them for us because we are almost out of time. But until Nadine plays it, so Mia, where, like a lot of people don't know where Kingston and St. Andrew border is. Where is the Kingston border coming from Mandela Highway?
Coming from Mandela. The Kingston,
is it 6 miles?
Yes, it's approaching 6 miles. So it's you get into Kingston and St. Andrew just before approaching 6 miles.
And where is the border on the Harborview side?
The border on the Harborview is, I safely say, it's 10 miles, right at the bridge.
Right at the bridge at 10 miles.
Yeah.
And where's the border on the
On the Stony Hill, going to
Stony Hill
Stony Hill.
side.
But that's a little tricky. Very difficult for persons just driving. You're going to see a sign you're entering St. Mary.
Right.
So you pass Temple Hall and heading towards Castleton. But you would realize that when you pass Castleton, so before you reach Castleton,
in St. Mary?
you're in St. Mary. So before you reach Castleton, you're in St. Mary.
Right.
Just before, probably about a few minutes before. But then when you pass Castleton and to your right, there is a community there is Orange. I'm just missing the last name, but it's in St. Andrew. So right there, and it's in St. Andrew because it will be coming over the hills,
But
the mountains.
I don't think people realize how small Kingston is, Kingston is what, about a couple of square miles big?
Yeah, Kingston is not. If you separate Kingston from St. Andrew, then Kingston is
Kingston
really
is where
small.
the clock, halfway through clock, that's the border.
Yes. So, heading somewhere towards Crossroads,
Right.
in that general vicinity. But we hardly ever try to separate Kingston from St. Andrew.
Yes,
At the municipality, we don't ever try to do that.
Right. Mayor, we're really happy that we could have had you here. But before we go, there's one last question that somebody wanted to ask about a new road. Something needs to be done about the new Seaview back road when rain falls, the garbage from 3, I think they're saying from 3 miles or somewhere else.
I have noticed it because I have gone there.
That's the bypass road that they had built.
That you come around and enters the Spanish Town road.
There's a culvert there that is not being
Yes, I have looked at it, and the town clerk has been in communication with the NAA on it, and it's something that we have been looking at. And yes, so there is a problem there. I know I'm aware that NAA did some adjustment, some works there to somewhat address the issue, but it's an issue that we are always looking at.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We are almost out of time. Is there anything you wish to leave with the people of Kingston and St. Andrew and Love 101 today?
Well, I would just like to say, wish them all the best, but to ask them to join us in our vision for the city of Kingston. Our vision for the city of Kingston is to transform it into a destination city, the pearl of the Antilles, the light of the Caribbean Sea. And we are creative people, and that's what we mean when we say the pearl of the Antilles. We are creative people, and we want our creativity to shine in what we do, the light of the Caribbean Sea. We want to create a generation of young people who are so brilliant and whose intelligence is so high, at such a high standard, that they are solving problems and challenges, urban problems and challenges across the globe. And so that's kind of our vision, to create a creative city, Pearl of the Antilles, and a city that is filled with young problem solvers. The light of the Caribbean Sea.
Last question: will you be building a bathroom at Crab Circle?
And we will not constructing any sanitary facilities on the sidewalk.
Okay,
so you'll be finding another space. So we are looking at alternatives, but
there's a bathroom across the street.
We are pursuing alternatives,
right?
Alternatives to what they already have, because as I've said, a lot of the vendors have in place private arrangements, for the use of sanitary facilities, which they do use,
right?
And which they do use, but we are pursuing the discussions right now. To just ensure that we assist in that area.
Thank you very much, the Mayor of Kingston, His Worship, Mayor Delroy Williams, Councillor for the Seawright Gardens Division. I want to really thank him for joining us today on Love 101, the family station. I want to thank my friends on TikTok. I want to thank my friends on Facebook and Instagram. I want to thank the team from JIS, from OPM, and from Love 101. It has been a wonderful series. Until next week at 11 a.m. sharp, next week, Wednesday. Nadine, take it away.